What's going on YouTube? It's Clark from the Barefooted Gardener. Today I was going to do a quick video on winter interest, the importance of having 12 months of interest out of your gardens. See a window behind me right there? That's kind of the main focus. I'm not really going to be talking as much about being outside and enjoying winter interest, but here we go. Alright guys, so I'm inside right now. I will go out there and discuss plants in a minute. The plants, that have good interest, but I just wanted to show you guys. So like this is what we see. So whenever we're eating dinner or whatever, so this is what we see this is the kitchen. So you can see that I've got my bases covered from the red bud. Even the mulching and bed lines are a point of interest for the winter. Not a hella good one, but it's something. So you can see that I've got my bases covered in terms of something to look at even in the dead of winter this time of year. So this is the kitchen. Next I'm going to show you the family room windows and the dining room. So that's next. Alright, so here's the dining room. You can see that it's similar but a little bit different. Now you can see the Japanese hollies are kind of the base that you're looking at, and the pond is kind of, I suppose, a little more of a focal point, as opposed to like the waterfall. The kitchen is over that way. So you can see some clumping bamboo, some lily turf, and I'll do close-ups outside in a minute. And you can see the miscanthus, so the porcupine grass. So that's the dining room. And lastly, this is the family room. So this is potentially one of my favorite views. This garden in the summertime, there's a big Sum and Substance golden hosta right there. And this bed is really lush and nice. You get a little slice of the running bamboo, the yellow groove, and you can see this this evergreen hedge. So like if you're taking a nap, then you can look at evergreens or whatever. So it's really bringing plants, the garden into the house with 12 months of interest. This is that same view. I guess it's kind of similar to the kitchen view. So you can see the elderberries, those shrubs right there, they leaf out, so and the bananas are there in the summer, so I get a lot better privacy. But that's kind of the only thing about using plants that all lose their leaves predominantly deciduous, is that you don't get as much privacy. I did want to discuss this really quickly. This is a needle palm. The scientific name is Rhipidophyllum hystrix. This is hardy. They say it's hardy to zone 6. And I'm a 5B, 6A. This is a zone 7 winter. So basically, if you look at the 2012 USDA climate map, you'll see that I'm in the Northeast. You'll see that it's 7. Anyway, take a look at that, just so I don't have to explain the whole thing. It's best to just play around. You can put your zip code in and see what zone you guys are. So that's the USDA website. So this is gonna go out right about there, and because it's hardy, I'm gonna plant it in April, as opposed to usually Mother's Day is the mark around here to see, to plant tropicals and stuff. So yeah, so now I'm gonna go outside and give you guys some close-ups. Alright, so now I'm just gonna show you guys some close-ups of the garden, just to get a good idea, just so you can look at them closer. So here's that holly. So Japanese holly is in the Ilex genus. genus and species, I can do a separate video on that if you guys are interested. Basically is the way that they organize plants and animals. So they both have, animals and plants both have, you know, so like this is Ilex X Meservei, so that's the genus and the species. Except that's the X means hybrid, so it's complicated. That grass doesn't look quite as good as it could. I'll show you guys my neighbors really fast. Theirs looks better because it's older. What else? These are the hardy bananas. It's if I were to peel back the mulch, and the pink China elephant ears. If I were to peel back the mulch, you would see that the bananas are still intact. So basically, yeah, this is the, I'll show you the close-up of the running bamboo. Aureus sulcata, it's really a shame. This is technically a prohibited plant. You're legal to grow it, but you can't, like, there's a whole bunch of rules. It's really complicated, but basically this is prohibited because people will plant running bamboo and not do any root maintenance. So that's the key, is if you guys can plant running bamboo, and you can see that this hasn't spread yet. I just planted this last August. But I'm gonna do a minimum of once a year, just go around the clump where I want it to stop. It'll be about probably 5-foot circle or so. You just go with a spade and just chop whatever goes across. I will do a separate video on running bamboo in the springtime, once you guys have a little bit more to look at in this garden. If you're wondering about these leaves, you can't see them from the house, and fireflies actually need leaf litter to lay their eggs in. So I do have certain areas of the yard, like particularly back there behind the shed, that I leave the leaves in, just so that the fireflies have somewhere to nest. Doesn't have to be in such a focal point bed like that. Sometimes I get a little lazy about it, but anyway. So I'll do a separate video on running bamboo, because that's really important. Basically, the difference between why you would want to plant a running is that running gets a lot taller, and the stems will get about an inch or two in diameter. And if you guys, I don't know, there's just something, the running bamboo, so basically that's gonna really tower, like, it's gonna get really tall in time. So one of the main plants, I think probably one of the coolest, is heuchera. So this is a little bit less intense of a red than it is in the summertime. Nonetheless, still a pretty cool plant. So you can kind of picture, if suppose I were to do like a mass planting somewhere where you could see it. This is the first year I planted this. It doesn't look too terribly good, but it's certainly alive. This is a midnight rose heuchera. The one right there is called berry smoothie. What else? So the serviceberry tree here, Amelanchier canadensis. This is one of my favorite trees. I love the multi-stem trunk, and you can see that when it gets like a cool mottled type pattern and gets like lichens and stuff on it. Another tip, not everyone would like this, but this is kind of an experiment to see what it would do, but I left the pink turtle head up. I didn't cut that down. I won't probably until March or April or something. So while this might not be the best look for everyone, it seems to work pretty well here. One plant that I would recommend that you do that with is your coneflowers and black-eyed Susans. You can see there that the birds have been feeding on the seed pods. They're supposed to be perfectly round like that. You can picture the pink petals going like so. But the birds eat that, and that's a food source. And if you have a dog who likes to chew stuff, you can kind of just lean them against that like I have there, because that's exactly what he did this year. Another neat plant is the Japanese camellia. That's kind of an iffy plant in this area. because it's technically hardy to zone 6 and we're a 6A. Generally I like to plant stuff that is one zone hardier than where I live, just to be sure that it's going to be hardy and tough. Yeah, so I'll just do a quick pan around. I'll show you guys the pond one more time, do a close-up on the lily turf. So there's the lily turf, and there's another heuchera there, so you got some color contrast even in the dead of winter in this garden here. There's a Japanese Acorus, and then this clumping bamboo is younger, so it doesn't look quite as good as the larger one. But yeah, these are Japanese shield ferns. The scientific name is Dryopteris, like Earth Aurora stuff. It's kind of hard to pronounce, so I just use the English name or just the genus with these guys. There is, if you guys need a hardier alternative, because these are only hardy to zone 5, you could do a marginal shield fern in the same genus as this, but it's native to America, and I believe it's hardy to zone 4, so just a little bit tougher, and it's evergreen just like that. But yeah, hope that you guys enjoyed the video. Remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.